Valley Club, big changes coming to Marvel Strike Force very soon. We have update 9.0 right around the corner. That's going to bring some major changes, including a new overpowered system, new chaos raids. Yeah, you've been waiting for the new raid to come. It is coming in 9.0 with a new raid difficulty selector with that, some global milestones, a brand new command center interface, and a lot more. We're discussing all the details in this video. And if you're ready for all of that and more, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day. In this video, we're talking about all the big things coming up in update 9.0. Yeah, brand new strike spot was just dropped with the 4 major announcements. So brand new overpowered system, which we're going to discuss, a brand new raid with a brand new difficulty slider as well, new global milestones that everyone could work towards, and a command center, a new user interface that looks pretty good. We got the details on that. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. We've at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel, and the 4 major topics that Pathfinder discussed in this Strike Spot video. The overpowered system. This is a brand new system. Like I said, they said it's designed to help players make their upgraded characters more relevant. It's not designed to punish players, and it is going to be active for PvP content, not for PvE right away. Also, this brand new Chaos Raids are coming. We got some new details about the brand new Chaos Raids and the Chaos Raids, the Omega version of these. The raid difficulty selector is going to launch with these brand new Chaos Raids. We have some global milestones, which are pretty cool, which means that everybody is going to be working towards these milestones. So you're working with free-to-play players, you're working with whales, and you're working with everyone in between. So I think that's a cool thing. And then brand new command center is like a new interface that's going to be in the game. And what this is designed to do is make it easier for players to figure out how to do these events. You know, sometimes when you're a new player and hasn't been playing for a while, sometimes some of these things are harder to navigate. Well, the new command center is supposed to help with that. But let's start with this new overpowered system. So what's going to be happening when the new update drops? You should have all these numbers next to these characters, and what these numbers are these rank for these characters. Now, these ranks are built up by progressing your characters, and it's based on 3 things. Your gear on your characters, so whatever gear tier they are, you will be gaining ranks on your characters from that gear. Obviously, they're levels because you need to have certain levels in order to equip that gear. So levels are also coming into play. And then the last piece is your ISO 8 levels. So whether they're at blue 5, green 5, or ISO 8 purple level 3, or anywhere in between, well, that is also going to affect their level here for this, their overpowered level. And as far as the user interface for this overpowered, right now we're looking at a level 9 or rank 9 Odin. And it appears that once you get this character up to level 100, it will raise up another rank. For rank 11, it looks like you need gear tier 20. For rank 12, ISO 8 T3 level 5, which currently is not in the game yet, but we all know it's eventually coming sometime. So rank 12 looks to be the highest rank that you get your characters once the update drops, once gear tier 20 is in the game, which it should be in the game later today. And as of me recording this, Gear Tier 20 is not in the game yet, but is word that Gear Tier 20 should be going to the supply store later today, 2 p.m. Pacific, so about half an hour from me recording this. So probably once this video is live, we should have Gear Tier 20 in the game. What they said is it should make your upgraded characters a lot more relevant. So taking a character to level 105, well, it should get you another rank, and that should, if it in some battles, will get you 1 overpowered over the person. Now, what they did say that this overpowered is gonna only launch with 1 tier, and it appears what this tier is gonna do. This character is 1 overpowered against enemies with run overpowered lower. Well, you're gonna do more stuff. This character automatically wins in speed and speed stat ties. So if you're overpowered, it's not gonna be a coin flip. You're automatically gonna win speed bar ties and speed stat ties. And you're also gonna gain 50% more damage, 50% more focus. So that overpowered, it will be very important to raise up your level of the characters, raise them up to the highest overpowered level so that you could hopefully be higher tiers than the opponents that you're going after, so you could just easily win the battles. Like they said, this is supposed to make it feel better for you to upgrade your characters, not worse if you don't upgrade your characters. It may feel like that once it's launched. So they're only launching the first tier at this time. They're not going to launch the second and third tiers. We don't know what they are. There was some things that were proposed to the envoys, which may or may not be in the final state, but this is what the first tier should be once this goes into the game. If we go into battle, so you can see what this is going to look like, the user interface as this goes into the game. If I move myself a little bit, we see that this Odin that we're using is that rank 9 Odin that was used in example. But as far as this invisible woman that's selected, is a rank 8 invisible woman. So we are overpowered this invisible woman by 1 rank, which means that the overpowered bonuses, having that 50% more damage, more focus will be there in this match. And you can see that these overpowered bonuses are active by these little arrows here next to Captain Sam, Invisible Woman, Mephisto, Phoenix, and I believe that's Falcon Joaquin here with that bonus. It's a little up arrow. That means you are overpowered against this enemy, which means you're a tier above this and you're going to get your bonuses. And what he goes on to say, it's a pretty common scenario that for you to be a 1 rank overpowered from your enemies, you know, just 1 level or 1 gear tier or something like that. Pretty common scenario. So this tier 1 bonus is pretty weak. We're not going to have the tier 2 or tier 3 on launch of overpowered. I guess it's for them to work out the bugs and everything like that. But the attacker or the higher powered character will have more damage, more focus, wind speed bar, speed stat ties. And then as tier 2 and tier 2 of overpowered is launched, they should be getting better and better bonuses for the overpowered character. And on the character select screen, when choosing your characters, you will be able to see their rank of your characters there and the characters that you're selecting on the side. As you go into battle, you will see if you are overpowered over your opponents. And this is from the attacker's perspective. So this attacker will get a bonus. If this Mephisto attacks this Mephisto here, this is a rank 9 Mephisto versus that rank, they'll have a bonus. Now, this is an opposite scenario where you're lower powered. So this is a rank 9 Mephisto going on rank 10 Gladiator. So you'll see that you have a down arrow there, which is not the best, which means that they're getting the bonus against you. They're getting the extra damage, the extra focus against you. There's a lot of these rank 9 characters in this example. They're gonna be 12 ranks upon launch, but as you saw earlier, that rank 12 will require some level 5 purple ISO 8, so that's not gonna be available. So on launch, you'll be able to get your characters up to rank 11 for the overpowered, but you know, there will be 12 that you could choose from. So as soon as we have that level 5 ISO 8 purple, you should be able to get the characters up to that next rank of that overpowered level. And once again, at launch, these bonuses, the overpowered bonuses, it's just going to be for PvP content. Now, later on, it may extend to PvE. It may not extend to PvE, but at launch, it's just going to be for PvP for these overpowered. When I first heard about overpowered, I thought it was exactly the opposite. I thought it was ways that lower powered characters could punch up against higher powered characters, but it's exactly the opposite. It's so that your higher powered characters will feel better when you're punching down against other not as powered up characters. And I guess it's a way to incentivize you to build up your characters. Let me know your thoughts on overpowered. Do you feel this is a good or a bad change coming to Marvel Strike Force? But what I think is a great thing coming for all players is the new individual raid difficulty selector. And that means that if you're a newer player and with a more hardcore alliance, then you can be able to compete. If you are a hardcore alliance, well, you can get some better rewards. So the way it's going to work, there's going to be 2 new raids. Chaotic Storm is going to be the one for the not full alliances or earlier alliances, because you could change these nodes, the difficulty of each node on an individual basis. With the harder version, the Chaotic Storm Omega, it's gonna be 1 difficulty for everybody once that's selected at the beginning, but you will be able to change the boss nodes individually. The big thing here with the first Chaotic Storm, you have 1 node per person, 1 lane per person, and you could change the difficulty on each one. So this difficulty slider here, you could do normal, hard, harder, or hardest. You could do these for each individual node for the easy Chaotic Storm difficulty. And you could change it for every person and including the bosses. Now, if it's too hard and you don't win, you will have an option to reset the node. What it says, activating this will reset the missions in normal difficulty. Enemies will return to their original state, but your characters will keep any current damage and ability statuses. So if they have some damage, well, they're gonna keep that damage on them. If they need a few more ability energy to get their cooldowns all topped off, well, they're not going to be topped off. It's going to be whatever state they were left in. Any damage dealt by other players on this node will also be erased. The difficulty updated for everyone. So If you're trying this node on the hardest difficulty, it's a little too hard. Well, you could move it down incrementally. It will be automatically reset to the easiest difficulty, but I think if you want just one above where or one below where you're at, you could also do that as well. And you could do that all the time for all of these nodes on the easy difficulty. That is that normal chaotic storm difficulty for this. When we go to the chaotic storm Omega, that's gonna be more like our traditional raid. So your alliance leader or captain, whoever launches the raid, is gonna pick the difficulty, and all the normal nodes here will have the same difficulty for everyone in the alliance, but you will be able to change the difficulty. Everyone will have one boss that they could do. You better switch the difficulty for that boss. Now, the difference with the bosses now and the bosses with these new raids, the bosses are optional. If you want to do the boss, you can. You're going to get some extra rewards for it. But if you just want to do the minimum, get your alliance to 100% completion, you don't need to do any of the bosses. You will be able to do 100% without beating the bosses. You'll lose out on some rewards, but you're not screwing over your alliance if you don't do these bosses. Now, like I said, they're not going to affect the total completion percent, but they are meant to be extra nodes with extra juicy rewards. We'll see how juicy these rewards actually are when it's launched in the game, though, but this sounds very good. So if you want harder content, you can make the content even harder. You could change the boss to the hardest content, get the best rewards. If you want easy content, you could get the easy bosses in these Chaos Storm Omega raids. But yeah, if you don't even want to do the boss, you got that option as well. So I like that this gives flexibility towards players. And a lot of what I heard this past weekend at the Player Summit is it's looking like if you're a hardcore player, they're trying to cater to you, give you harder content. If you're a more casual player, they're going to make it easy. They're giving you options to make things easier as well. So I like that because this is an older game and there's a lot of players in this game. So a lot of the stuff I heard this week and a lot of stuff that was announced today seems very, very good. We also have global milestones coming, and this is where everybody in the community could work towards these goals. So there's going to be a little list there when it has a global milestone, and everybody is going to work towards these goals, get all the rewards. Now, what they said, this is going to launch. There's going to be a few test runs in the beginning. So these global milestones, initially, they're going to be pretty weak. They might have some very minimal rewards. Almost nothing rewards is what I'm expecting initially, but hopefully they get better and better early on. I'm assuming they're doing it like this, kind of like the Twitch drops, because it's new, just in case there's errors. They don't want people to miss out on stuff, but once people get used to this new system and getting in there, I'm assuming there will be better and better rewards. I kind of like that the whole community is working towards these goals. It's like all of the players versus the devs. Can we min-max to get the most amount of rewards as possible? Can we work together as a community, get all of these rewards? I think this sounds very, very fun. One of the big things we have here is a brand new command center coming. It's a new user interface. And I'm not sure exactly how this works right now, but what this was designed for was to make these events a lot easier to see where you're at. So if you go into the game and you're not sure what to do, you go to this command center and it tells you exactly what you do to complete these rewards, complete these objectives, and hopefully all the stuff, everything that you have to do, all the events will be in this command center and make it very easy. Instead of having to click in multiple places for all these different rewards and different events, where you have to go for certain showcase events is different, where you have to go for the 7th anniversary events, which is different than you have to go to spend your ISO 8 energy, because that's all the way at the end. So hopefully this makes all that stuff a lot easier. We're able to claim our objectives, hopefully in the same place, not have to go to that milestone section. I'm not sure exactly what is changing, but what they did say is it's supposed to make it a lot easier. So if they do accomplish a goal, things are made easier, then I'm all for it. Let me know your thoughts on all these big changes that come into the game. Overpowered system. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This individual raid selector, I think, is a great thing. I don't see any downside for that unless it doesn't work properly. Same thing with these new raids launching in conjunction with this individual raid difficulty selector. Let me know your thoughts on that as well as these global milestones. I am really looking forward to it. Where all the players, the whales, the krakens, everywhere, the free-to-play players, everyone in between is all working together to try to min-max all these rewards. The brand new command center. Not sure exactly how it's going to work, but like I said, if it works like they say, it's going to make things a lot easier, a lot simpler. I'm all for it. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. And if you want to see what are the biggest mistakes to make in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.